Hi, in today's video we are going to discuss the path of least resistance from a spiritual point of perspective, meaning, and how we can apply this in our lives. So it's basically what I just observed in my life and what are those experiences that I've been through to give you this like a special present, I would say, from me to you. So in spiritual circles, it is called the path of least resistance. Of course, it is actually linked to the experiences of the past, where we felt this flow, where we felt this sense of goodness, this goodness in our lives, where we lived in a state of flow, where we lived in a state of least resistance, resisting, meaning that we resist what actually would benefit us to help us grow, where our ego activates and wants us to create those scenarios that actually do not help us in any way, because egoical mind, it's actually has this function of creating those fearful and stress induced scenarios, I would call them, like air quote, where we have the chance to just prepare our resources for the worst case scenarios that mostly and normally does not happen. Okay, let's be real with us and let's just call it how it is. Okay, the path of least resistance. Yes, when we actually recognize those experiences, events, circles, peoples from our past that helped us to get into this flow state, to get into this path of least resistance, when we felt alive. Maybe we even struggled, but we were hopeful enough to find those solutions that could actually elevate our life in a way that we could go with the flow. But this going with the flow, it's not in a sense that going with the flow and just doing whatever it is needed from me to do. No, not in this sense, but being present and just being honest with ourselves and with the people around us, like speaking about these changes that we are part of, because we are human beings, we are constantly changing, evolving something into something new. Even our style, even how we dress, even what kind of films, musics do we listen to and relate to. And also intuition, intuition, it's like a big part of finding those unexpected joys in life that can help us to create those scenarios that actually benefit us. Like what would be that scenario that actually could benefit you right now in your life? Think about that for a minute. If you want to, you can pause. This is your moment to pause this video and think about that moment in your life. You are invited to think about that moment in your life, if that feels right to you. It's so many times we struggle and we go against the current, as some would say, and to just be with our ego, being present with our ego and trying to find those events, people that actually in the end will help us to grow into the person that we are gonna be. But with what yeah, with what like cause, with what emotional states, and yeah, how does these changes come? They come quickly and effortlessly, or they come actually with painful situations and experiences, and experiencing pain, you know. So this is like also good views to, yeah, and options to consider. And being present and honor your intuition, you know, and being willing to just accept your heart's calling, even if it sounds made up, even if it sounds like out of this world, you know. um like our hearts communicate to us, you know. Our brain also communicate to us, like with thoughts. Our heart communicates with intuitions, you know, like those gut feelings. I think you had also like these type of feelings, like when you met new people, when you got into a new type of, yeah, situation or circle or group of people, you know. we feel we feel each other, not just on a cognitive level, but also on a like a feeling level, you know. We experience each other. So yeah, I would say that it's nice to be able to just find that internal voice and tap into that voice. And just being honest with ourselves also helps a lot to create those happy moments and joyful moments when we actually feel in flow. Because from my perspective, this is the path of least resistance, being in those experiences where we got to let go and enjoy the present moment with all of your heart. If you like this video, please give the like button, share, subscribe, follow, and see you next time. Bye.